right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. I'm John Gray here with Coach Olive, and we're in after a long, cold evening at Smithville and in the first round of the playoffs where the Tullahoma Wildcats were defeated by a pretty good football team.
They played well. My hats off to Coach Trapp and his football team. And we didn't play. Now we started off rough there.
We always start off rough
in the first quarter there. Just we had some great field position. We couldn't take advantage of it, but we didn't play that poorly. The biggest thing that they did is number one, their quarterback had an outstanding game.
Yeah.
And his coach told me afterwards, he says, this is by far and away the best we've played all year, and my quarterback's never played this way. So, you know, hats off to them. That sometimes you run up against somebody that they're having their night, and so, you know, could we have played a little better in some situations? Yes, but they got the matchups that they wanted, and they utilized those matchups. And first quarter, we make them punt twice, and they never punt again. And then, you know, offensively, if you'd have told me that we were going to score 34 points
and lose,
I would have thought, no, we've outscored them 34-28 or something, you know. But you know, it's the way it goes. None of us were prepared for it to end last night. You know, you sit on that bus riding home and you wonder, you know, did we overlook it or whatever? And then I got thinking, no. Well, you know, we've got players that were making plays and playing hard. It was just. Dekalb played really well.
Yeah, it was their night. It was pretty obvious it was their night because those kids were excited, and you know, our kids don't have any quit in them. I mean, they just don't quit. Or if they would have, that game would have been 21-45, 44.
Yeah,
they played hard.
With 10 minutes to go in the game, it's a one-score game, and then we just, you know,
couldn't stop them.
Couldn't get the ball back. You know, I know when we make it 35, I guess it's the drive that they're going for their field goal. I'm sitting there, we have 2 timeouts left, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, do we use them right here and try to get a stop? Well, they get a first down. And then I'm sitting there thinking, well, next play, and I've walked down there next to the official, and it's another first down. And so I'm sitting there saying, well, there's no use to call a timeout.
No,
you know, if they're just making first downs. And so anyway, and then same thing when they I guess they've gotten the ball back on the kickoff where, again, one of those things, that hard line drive kick, and that ball's like a knuckleball.
And it's 23 degrees.
Anyway, it's the only turnover we had all night long.
Yeah.
But they get it right back, and 4 minutes, and you want to say, all right, let's stop them right here. Let's use our timeouts right here. But again, first play, they get 9 yards. Second play, they've got the first down. Third play, they get another first down. And so anyway, you're sitting there.
They played a good football game.
Yeah, they did. And
they played a good football.
My hat's off to them, and but I'm proud of our seniors. When they first arrived, we were in the midst of that 0-21 time period, and 2 years in a row where we don't win a game. We're in the second year of that, their freshman year, and some of them had to play as freshmen.
Right.
And out of necessity and out of injuries, I can remember Hunter Jewell getting thrown in up there at Pearl Cone. And Hunter Palmer got to play that year as well. Again,
he wasn't on the field last night, was he?
No, and that's a big factor for us. That's our fastest kid,
right? And
he's not able to play last night. We were hoping to survive through this round and have him back next week, but played without Justice Chadwick again for the second straight week, and then Hunter got knocked out of last week's ball game in the second quarter, and we just couldn't make it work out to get him back. And but that was probably one athlete that if we have him, some of the matchup problems that we have in this game
disappear.
Would not have been as obvious.
Yeah.
They may have still made plays against us, I don't know, but he would have run them down.
Right.
Because he was faster than anybody on the field.
Anybody out there. Okay, what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break and be back with the first quarter.
Mustang Sally. You better slow that Mustang down at Russell Barnett Ford in Tullahoma on Highway 55, where you can receive up to $4,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Ford in Tullahoma. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Thank you, Dr. Colin Bills, for once again covering the Wildcats football game. In addition to his sideline presence, Dr. Bills with Tenova Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is offering an injury clinic every Saturday morning from 9 to 12 throughout this fall season for athletes of all ages. Located at Suite 300 of the Jackson Medical Plaza, 1805 North Jackson Street. Whether you've experienced a sprain or more serious injury, you no longer have to wait until Monday to see an orthopedic physician. Thanks again, Tenova Orthopedics, for your support, and go Wildcats.
Terry Stroop here with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We've had a long, hot summer. It's football time here in Tullahoma, and with that comes fall weather. It's a great time for you to schedule your fall maintenance checks so we can help keep you comfortable. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration would like to congratulate the class of 2020.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Our captains last night, number 20, Jay Collinsworth, has done an outstanding job for us, 3-year starter. Number 12, Ben Fulton, 2-year starter at quarterback.
The twins.
Number 35, Will Stone, and then our permanent captain, who's not dressed to play, Hunter Palmer. And we win the toss and defer. And we'll choose to defend the scoreboard. Well, we actually choose to kick off, and they'll choose to receive the ball, and then we choose to defend the scoreboard. And we open up with Will Stone kicking it there. And good coverage here. Jacob Dixon making the stop at the 15-yard line. And this game opens up the way we thought. We had a good shot to make it work. They run their counter. And Jacob Floyd and a host of Wildcats there to make the tackle. They're going to try to run a speed sweep. And they figure out real quick, we're going to run them down on speed sweep. Hunter Jewell draws the double team. And Quentin Howard, Jacob Floyd, Justin Scott make the tackle. So we've got them in 3rd and long. And we're going to get a pass rush on him. We actually end up doubling the receiver that he wanted to throw to. And Nick White's going to get the sack.
Can't start one off any better than that.
No, had them backed up inside the 20. And we're making them punt the ball to us, and we're going to take over in great field position.
Yeah, he shanked that one.
And he doesn't kick them much further even when he does it. I mean, he was a 25-yard, 30-yard punter max. And
Evidently, it's because he doesn't get much practice.
so anyway, we open up running Jacoby there, and he picks up about 4. Good push there by the offensive line. We're going to try to throw it to Jacoby here and don't get that one completed. So now we got a 3rd down situation. We don't flinch, and so there's a 5-yard penalty against us. So we're going to go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 11. And even though they don't stop us here, they're going to take a holding penalty against us. As you know, sometimes these linemen have to make calls to each other, and the youth inexperience of our line. Sometimes, you know, you just sit and scratch your head, why did we block it that way? But we did, and they took the penalty, backed us up, and we get a pass interference call, so now we're back down to 3rd and 7, so we've got a chance. And we don't make the first, but they're going to call holding on one of our linemen again.
Back behind the play.
Back behind the play, so, you know, it's a longer penalty than 10. And then they're going to get Jacoby right there for a blindside block. So instead of getting a touchdown, and that's just part of it. By rule, it's a correct ruling, and there's nothing you can tell your player in that situation. He's going to protect his quarterback. So we end up in a 3rd and forever, and we'll line up and punt the ball.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 46. I don't remember seeing one of those in a while.
You know, and in Jacoby's defense, I mean, you know, he didn't try to decleat him. He didn't, you know, just pile drive. He just put his shoulder on him. But by rule, if you don't lead by your hands, then, and if he had led by his hands, they would have called holding probably, because his arms would have been extended.
That's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation, and you see it on all levels of football, and you just live with it. And there's no complaining that you can do as a coach. It's by rule, it's correct, and at the same time, you know that your player has done what he had to do. And here comes the counter, and this is the play that they're going to run over and over with their running back and with their quarterback. They get a 15-yard penalty there on their lineman hitting after the play. And come back, and we really close on the ball well there.
Yeah,
that's the way to get a lot of Wildcats over there to a ball, and they pick up no yardage. And hit us with a little slant right there, and running a read there where they're running the bubble and the slant coming inside. And, good play by them. Good play call. We weren't able to stop it. And there's your counter by your quarterback. And if you want to figure out where the ball's going, watch the two offensive guards. And most of the time, they'll tell you in this offense where the ball is going. And see the left guard pull there. Where's the ball go? Right where he's pulling. Now I will say this, they had a unique looking screen that took advantage of that, because they got a screen where that guard's pulling going one way and they're running the screen the other way. And Brian Nims gets the sack. Seth Cullum gets there.
So they're punting again.
Making them punt, and this is the last time we make them punt. Good job there. Jacoby Fair catches it. We've got the ball in the field position
I was thinking
again.
about it last night. He's probably saved us at least 200 yards.
He's gotten a whole
in the
lot
punting
better.
game.
If you go back to the first of the year and you remember him watching them hit, he doesn't do that anymore. Jacob Dixon, good move, and picks up about 10 yards. He gets the first down.
No penalty.
And so now we're back out to the 40-yard line. We try to run Devlin there, and their defensive front, they got 6 in there. And
Pretty good
sometimes
sized kids.
and they're strong. Now 62's committed to play at Tennessee Tech, and his coach was telling me last night he thought he could go higher if he'd have been taller, because he's got a motor, he can move. I've watched him fake 2 punts, and so he's good. And I'm really impressed with their number 52 as well. Good job. Good read by Ben Fulton. Good job by the lineman not being downfield. And Brody Melton catches the ball and makes the first down after us having a big loss.
Man, man has some good hands.
Right here, Ben, he's going to throw it to Jake. Should have been pass interference called as they were grabbing the back of his jersey. But if you're watching this replay, you'll see Jacob Dixon was a touchdown. We just missed him. And we get to leaning back there in the backfield. So pick up a 5-yard penalty. And so the way this first quarter is going, you're just thinking how many penalties we're going to get. But we finally settled down. And we don't keep getting them at the rate that we are right now. Again, same play that we had hit Brody on earlier. The way their defensive lineman is, they're giving that to us, but they won't give it to us the rest of the ball game. They're going to change what they were doing, and they're going to say,
Lock that down.
yeah, we're not going to let that guy keep. And we'll try to do some things to take advantage of what they've moved to. They just had one guy back there that really was really good at grabbing jerseys and yanking you back
getting away.
and getting away with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, it was frustrating. Frustrating enough that I'm yelling about it, and the white hat yelled back at me that he'd had enough, that he understood. And,
Doesn't need to be lectured anymore, huh?
that's correct. I'm sitting there, well, tell your crew to throw the flag, but that's part of it.
That is. So what we'll do is take a quick commercial break. It's 0-0 after the first quarter of the first round of the playoffs with Tullahoma High School up at DeKalb County. We'll be back in a minute.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank. you're welcome.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
La Fiesta Bar and Grill, located at 1410 North Jackson Street at the Quality Inn. The La Fiesta offers the freshest and best presented Mexican dishes in the area. The recently remodeled restaurant offers you all of your favorites, from chips and salsa to chicken, steak, and seafood dishes. There's a fiesta going on every day at La Fiesta Bar and Grill, 1410 North Jackson Street, Tullahoma. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Toboggan man.
We open up here, got the ball in close, and they don't get called for a defensive holding right here. And should, my opinion, if I was on the other sideline, I would have been telling the official I didn't think that was a very good call. Still don't think it was a very good call, but we got half a distance to the goal, and Jacoby Thomas is able to put it in behind our offensive line, and we're on the board first. And we've moved the ball, and we had already talked about that you got to adjust to the officiating. These officials are from East Tennessee and the Knox County Association, and they still officiate in the Knox County Association like they did 28 years ago when I was around the Knox County Association. So, and you know, you just have to adjust to it. I'm not saying how they do it is wrong or anything. I'm just saying it's different from the way we officiate here.
Right.
We don't call stuff away from the ball unless it's flagrant. That's what it's been for years, and so anyway, Knox County does. They can call something 20 yards away from the ball, and that's the way they've been.
Is that boy not down back there?
No, he did a great job. His knee stayed up, and you know, I even had the advantage of looking at it in slow motion. So good job by him.
Instant replay by Coach John Oliver.
Didn't do it like I did it in the wee hours this morning. If you want to watch a good high school lineman, people, watch their center, number 52. I'm telling you, he's a good high school football player. And as a football coach, you can appreciate it. He is quick. There's one of their screens. We don't play that one very well. We finally get him out of bounds there. Cooper Lawson gets him out of bounds. You know, we work on screen drills that if I get turned loose, got to know it's a screen. And ran the quarterback draw. Now, they may have run it some, but we had several games of theirs going all the way back to early in their schedule, and there was no quarterback draw. I think they put that in after watching Giles. Right there, you can't see it on this angle, but if he makes a little bit better pass, Jacob Floyd intercepts it and is probably going all the way for a touchdown. So that's how close. There are some things here that just go our way, like the two kids running into each other back there on the kickoff return just a minute ago, and then that one right there. at first I'm sitting there thinking grounding, and then I see his receiver, and then when I watch it on the video from the end zone shot, if it's a better pass, Jacob Floyd's in position to intercept it and probably will.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't throwing it to that boy. He was throwing it to the ground.
He was just getting it out of there. But anyway, part of it, they make the first down there, throwing a bootleg, and here's the screen again, and this time it's off a little bit different action. And I was impressed that they ran that same screen off 3 different actions, 3 different blocking schemes. That's a lot of work, and hats off to them for being able to execute that. That was a neat job. I don't know what he was throwing the flag for there. They pick it up, wipe it off, so it's 4th and 2. Need a goal line stand. We've gotten several of those this year, and they're not gonna bother to try to run it. They bring a back out of the backfield, and he probably could have thrown it to one of 3 receivers. Took us by surprise. We were playing run the whole way, whether we're supposed to be or not. So it's tied up 7-7. Quentin Howard on the return, gets it out to about 33. And they obviously were not going to kick it to Jacoby, and Quentin was back there for Hunter Palmer. Good run by Jacoby there.
And they were waiting on him.
That was just good hard leg drive, and and we got caught. Do you leave him in the backfield running with the football, or do you put him back out there at receiver, which puts them into a bind on how they want to cover? And so we'll go back and forth with that, and we've used numerous people all year long.
Get open, Jacoby.
There, we just blew the blocking scheme. That's all I can tell you. And I can't tell you who's at fault there, who called the scheme, and whether we executed or not, but good by Ben there scrambling, so at least we got a chance on 3rd down now. It's 3rd and 11, but that's a lot better than that 3rd and 20 that we would have been facing. And we throw it deep here, and that old boy arm bars us really well. I mean, it's about as good as you can do.
Yeah.
Just good job, good play by him on Jacob.
Good as a punt.
Again, it's one of those that you look back on, and if we'd have taken another matchup, we might have had a different result there. It's just, not anything we can do though. Landon Fouch on the tackle there.
Good job.
And defense just needs to get the ball back for us. And good job by the quarterback. He started looking to the left there and comes back to his receiver, and we don't have enough speed to catch up to him.
What do they call that in the pros? He dropped a dime on him.
He did, and so they kick it, and Quentin's on return it again, and keeps those feet moving and churning, and gets a lot of extra yards.
Great job.
Gets us out around the 45-yard line.
He have another year?
No.
He's gone?
He's gone. Been a good 2-year starter for us, and played some as a sophomore. He's a competitor. And here we try to get the match up, and Jacoby goes up, gets the ball, and so we've answered, and Matt Marcel's getting ready to tie it back up, but Sam Potee's doing the snapping and Ben doing the holding. And so it's 14-14.
2 minutes.
2 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the half. I decided we need to kick it deep, so we do. And all they do is bring it right back out to the 50-yard line. As we let them split us there, make a gapping hole, and finally Devlin McGee gets him down. So now we got to try to hold them.
After a crazy first half, you know, we go in tied. We can make some adjustments and see what we can do in the second half. But
we're just hoping we can keep them from getting down the field because they're moving the ball against us. They start off with the quarterback counter, come back with a real quick hitch or screen-like thing, outside quick screen. Quarterback's gonna throw the ball away there. I mean, good job.
You know, he didn't really run the ball real well, but he ran it just good enough.
Yeah, and he runs hard. So here he's on a hit he misses his receiver there. And that's what we had, that he threw high a lot. We really thought that one of our safeties might get one right in the belly off one of his high passes. But I think that's the only high pass he had. Right there, he just barely gets his hands on the snap. That was the other thing that had happened to them all throughout the year, was that they would do a high snap every ball game, but he saved that one, and still moving the ball down the field.
And you told me earlier his coach said it's probably the best game he's had all year.
Yeah. We shifted, and apparently one of our linemen lined up in the neutral zone after we shifted our fronts or stemmed our front. So we give them 5. Now the quarterback's scrambling, and they get called for holding. And I'm going to take a timeout right here because there were 2 flags. One dropped at the 24 and one at the 20, and they marked it from the 20. I wanted to know why we didn't get the option of marking it from the 24. And he told me it was the same foul, and that the umpire had said that the holding began at the 20 and ended at the 24. So they marked it from the 20.
Well.
Yeah. But I didn't think I was going to need that timeout. We had all 3. And then they do a double move on their route there, and we fall down.
Thinking we're getting ready to have a sack.
Yep.
He got tortured. He got hit hard.
And then they cut Q there. That's the 3rd illegal block. I'd already talked to him about it earlier. So the old coach gets a 15-yard penalty on him for the first time in 31 years of being a head coach. And but I was sick and tired of watching them illegally block Quentin. And Devlin McGee gets good yardage there. You know, we're going to try to hit Jacoby here, and there's only 6 seconds, 5 seconds. I don't know. We're satisfied with running. You know, just try to get to halftime now. We're wondering what else is going to happen, and figured they'd be backed off. Didn't know they were going to hit Jacoby late, so we get an extra play from the 20. They do a good job. They double Jacoby, and we're going to get called for holding right there. And I'm telling you, on every PAT, that's what their guy was doing, and they know, you know.
Yeah.
That's fine on a PAT, but you can't do it there. Can't extend your arm. So I don't know.
21-14.
21-14. We're down. We're going to get the ball, though, to start the second half. And that's what we're going to talk about. It's a ball game, and we tell them at halftime, hey, this is going to come into the fourth quarter. We got to make plays in the fourth quarter. That's when it's going to decide the game.
Right.
And just need to step up. You leaders need to step up and step to the front, make your plays. Make them as we go down the stretch here, and we'll find a way to win this ball game.
All right, we'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and recognize a few people. Attention, attention, Tullahoma and surrounding areas. Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice. Hey, Tullahoma, stop by McMurray's for all your personal and business needs. Copying and finishing service. That's black and white and color copying, 1 to 1,000. Scan, print, reduce, enlarge up to 36 inches. Brochures, carbonless forms, design services, foam core mounting, fax service, comb and coil binding, lamination up to 40 inches. Wedding services include wedding invitations, wedding programs, and napkins. That's McMurray's, 101 West OG Street, Tullahoma. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. McMurray's.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and right here's something that we always have right here. That's a wonderful glazed donut right there, chocolate covered from the Donut Palace. We want to thank those people over there, Mayo and his lovely bride, who has everything ready for me on Saturday morning when I go over there. They've been our sweet sponsor for a long, long time, and they're good, really good, hard-working people. And we hope you'll go by there and see them. They're right across from the high school, and just go by and see the Donut Palace. Thank you so much. We also want to thank Sundrop for being our water sponsor, Deja Blue, and we appreciate them. Paige, thank you very much. And by the way, go by the Sundrop shop. Cafe downtown. It's opened up now, been opened up for about 3 or 4 months and doing well. Go by there and have you something good to eat. Get you one of those Sundrop floats, or the Sundrop cake, I hear, is pretty good stuff. Oh, you've had some, haven't you?
I've had a little bit.
So go by and see them. We appreciate them. We want to thank Mark Moran and his legion of help with the Tullahoma High School Quarterback Club and all of the things that Mark has done. Mark's one of those guys who sort of stays in the background and started doing this probably 20 years ago when my kid and his kids were playing ball for you, and maybe not quite, 18 years ago, something like that.
He started Matt's senior year, which was the year before he wanted to get involved. He told me that he was trying to let his boys graduate,
right,
and then he was going to jump in and help. But we had a little vacuum there in leadership, and he jumped in, and that would have been, I guess, 2001.
Yeah. So it's been 18 years
2002, someplace in there. So he's been there a long time. Mark is an absolute jewel, and he has worked endlessly for Tullahoma football and also the little kids wrestling program here. He and Pat Welch do that, and so he's a great community support member.
And he's one of those guys, when he takes a leadership role, you don't have to worry about leadership anymore.
No.
He deals with it, and he finds his own people. He's not calling up going, "Hey, coach, I need some help. What I need some." He's in control, and he does a very, very good job. And Mark, thank you very much, and all of the people that work with you, manning those grills, and all the volunteers. And can't say enough about the Boston Butts. He's probably the best meat smoker around. That you know, I mean, you can go to some of these restaurants where they sell it, but it's no better than that.
Yeah,
no matter what they do.
They do a great job with it.
And we appreciate them. We appreciate all the folks and Terry Pockruss and all the guys down on the sidelines and up in the booth. Bob Lamoya, who's filmed for us for years.
Terry Daniels, the end zone filmer, and the two of them. I mean, when we line it up to what they call checkerboard, to make one stack right behind the other so that you see the play from the side and then you see the same play from the end zone. And those two guys, last night I think we shot 164 clips on both cameras, put them in, lined them up beside each other, and they were identical.
Yeah, that's great.
And that just makes life so much easier. And for us, we actually use both those shots during the game. We have iPads down there on the sideline that we're looking at. You know, some of teams have the big TVs on the sidelines and stuff, but we have so many players that play both ways. We felt like it was more practical for us to use the iPads. Someday we may go to a TV on the sideline, but we use the iPads, and our coaches sit down individually and, all right, you see this, you see where you miss this is what they're doing, or whatever we're trying to coach.
I know Coach Carl Russell's not still alive, but he used to sit up in the press box and send a runner down to Coach Cooper. What? iPad? No, shoulder pad? You mean shoulder pad? No, iPad? No, it'd be runners that'd run back and forth.
I can remember the day and time when they didn't put anybody in the press box, but I can remember the coach's son running from one end to the other end, back and forth between the coaches.
Right.
The coach that called the play would run down there and tell the other coach, "This is what we're running," and then that son would come back. That was your headsets going back and forth there, and then, you know, I'm sure in your day and time that there might even been a day where coach didn't call the play, quarterback called the play.
I was the first one, because I was a blocking back, and we were playing Columbia, and our first string and second string blocking backs were both knocked out by James Woody on the sidelines. And Coach Cooper called my name, and I yelled out, "He's in the dressing room." He said, "No, you're not. Get in there." So I spent my junior year as a starter, the rest of my junior year, and worked with him. And then my senior year, he said, "Okay, it's yours."
Yeah.
And he didn't call the plays anymore. He might send a suggestion in, but if, you know, the guy on the field knows what's going on the field. Back then, the coach had no way of knowing who's getting beat. You know, you call a play and the tackle says, "I can't beat this guy."
Right. Or call a play and the running back says, No.
Yeah.
You let the other guy run.
So we'd change stuff up.
Charlie Neal used to tell that story.
Yeah.
You know, that
I'm not going in that hole. He'll kill me.
They run the same three straight plays, and they have not run the play that the coach wanted run yet. And he finally calls timeout and calls them over there, or he actually goes out there to them. And that day and time, the coach had to go out on the field to them, and the running back, who he had sent in with the play, says, "I'm not calling that play." There had been too many people getting smacked. He didn't want any more of it. So, good times.
But with all of that said, this man sitting next to me is an absolute wonderful fellow that we've been allowed to have in our community for 27 years now. He won his 200th and ball game, and what, 201 now, isn't it?
I guess
201.
I quit counting.
You know, but I mean that's quite a statement for a high school coach or any kind of coach, and to be in one community for as long as he has is a statement of several things. It's a statement of the kind of man he is beyond his coaching abilities, but just as a man doing service in this community, and we appreciate John very much and hope he hangs around here long time. Be like a Tootsie Roll, long time. Tootsie Roll lasts a long time. We hope Coach Olive does as well. Now what we're going to do is take another quick commercial break, and we will be back with the third quarter.
The wait is finally over. The all-new redesigned Ford Ranger is back at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. Stop and test drive one today at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Who's eligible to join Ascend Federal Credit Union? Them, her, him, them, him, all of them. Her, and him, but not him. There's a way for you to join too. And if you live in Middle Tennessee and want to get the most out of your money, you should. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today at ascend.org.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, Family Practice Dentistry for 29 years.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. Owner Nick Smith has made a great investment to remodel the inside, which is now a non-smoking facility, and add a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Okay, we get the football to open up the second half. They're going to defend the the scoreboard. And they kick it to Quentin Howard. And Quentin does a pretty good job of getting it out. We're just short of the 35.
Look at those loyal Wildcat fans over there freezing to death.
They open up, hitting Jacob Dixon. Good blocking by two senior wide receivers that we'll miss there.
And they've done a great job of that.
They have.
Year.
Jake Hollingsworth is one of the best we've ever had, and he did it without complaining. You know, he's not one who says, "Hey, throw me the ball. Why don't I get the ball?" He started as a sophomore, as a little old, he's still skinny, call him Stick, but he did it as a sophomore because he's a great competitor. He and Quentin both are great competitors, and Jake doesn't complain. Watch him. He just gets on his man, blocks him, we get by him, and we pick up the first down. And Hunter Jewell, he's played our inside receiver, tight end, H, whatever you want to call him. And Hunter's same way on those quick screens. And two seniors we'll definitely miss. There's another senior, Devlin McGee, who really came on to have a fine year. And we run Bo Nunley, and he finds the gap there, and that's created because of Jacoby being out at wide receiver. They're having to adjust their secondary because they're so scared of him. So there's no safety in the middle of the field because they've cheated actually to the 3 receiver side, but it's because they got 2 over there playing over the top of Jacoby. And so Bo...
Now, I thought that was Nims last night. Who was that?
That was Bo Nunley.
Bo Nunley. Is he going to be around?
He will be. He'll be back for another year. And so it's 21-21 with 2.5 minutes off the clock.
So we've started off the way we needed to.
We go back to popping it up after my wise choice of kicking it deep. Here comes your counter. Jacob Dixon, Landon Fouts, 2 sophomores right where they're supposed to be. And we stop them for probably a little bit of a loss. Here comes quarterback draw. Jacob Floyd gets him, so we've got him in a 3rd and relatively long right here.
Mr. Floyd has had a good season this season.
Yes, he's played well. And they're going to hit a one-on-one route right here, and that's good throw catch, good execution.
Not much you can do about that.
You know, first down, that's tough. But again, good job by them. They had the matchup they wanted. They knew they had one-on-one, and they took advantage of it. They tried to throw a little swing screen there, and they executed it quite well. And Cooper Lawson finally makes the stop.
You know, Cooper's another one who's played hard and played well all year this year.
Cooper got better and better as the year went along. I thought his last, especially, I thought Giles County, he played just outstanding, and I thought last week he played well. I told him that he had just... That
right there was just college level.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have to break stride for it or anything, and so... We're back down. Less than 2 minutes go by.
So we catch up and can't stop them.
Can't stop them.
Yeah, I was telling Coach Olive I'd be sorry when the Floyd young man leaves, and hope that his family continues to support the football program, because they're just as important in the stands as he is on the field. And they guaranteed John they're not going to leave. They're not going to quit.
They were Wildcat fans, and they'd be back to watch us again.
We appreciate them very much for their support.
Ben couldn't find anybody open, tries to escape, and he gets run out of bounds and then tossed, so we get 15 yards and a first down. And we're going to throw the screen out to Jacob. He does a good job, picks up 5 or 6. And again, Jay Collinsworth blocking for him. And that's a lot tougher block than you would think.
Yep.
We try to go deep here on a 2nd and short, trying to hit Jacoby there. I guess it was about 2nd and 4. And so now we've got a 3rd down situation that's crucial. We got to get some yardage forward, and we don't do it. They don't stalemate us right where we are. You know, if we'd got half of that distance, we'd probably go for it. But didn't think we could turn the ball back over to them in the middle of the field. So we're gonna punt it, try to pin them down, and hope that our defense can.
And, you know, that play we just ran, that's another place where Hunter Palmer would have been instead of on the sidelines right there. That might make a difference.
We played him at running back and wide receiver, and he was obviously a cornerback as well. I'm just telling you that he would have been the fastest player on the field last night, so that's a big difference for us. But it doesn't help us stopping that play.
No, and that's probably the best one he had.
They're getting after us. I mean, their offensive line and their running back, they get after us. Here comes the counter this way.
Boom!
Good job there by Jacob Floyd.
I told you that Floyd boy can play.
Here comes a screen off of sprint out, and they pick up a huge first down right there.
We're trying to tackle the ball instead of the man.
And so it's a good play by them. That was the third wide receiver screen off a completely different play action. And
there's a dime again.
Yeah, dropped it right in there. So they got a 1st and goal.
Is that kid a senior or junior?
Junior. In fact, we'll see most of these people again next year if we're fortunate enough to make the playoffs. Hopefully we'll be in a situation where they got to come to us. There's a power eye, and they're going to run it off tackle. And they make it look pretty easy right there. So now we're down 2 scores. Now they get finally called for cutting. So at least
finally?
Yeah. So they have to kick off from their own 25. And lo and behold, if we doesn't get a hold of it, kick it over our head. Q does a good job on the return, though. We've got it in good field position. And we obviously, you know.
Horse collar?
We've got to answer this. Actually throw a lateral right there. And then they don't throw him off, so they get flagged again. And so
good.
We're in their territory.
They'd score right here.
Yeah, and you want your offense to begin to move faster, but you don't want panic to set in.
Right.
So we're trying to, you know, if you got a senior-laden team, you don't worry as much about panic setting in, but when you're as young as we are, we're trying to get them, let's move faster, but at the same time, you don't want them to feel like it's Panic City. And we hit Ryan Scott there. We'd taken Ryan because of the injury to Hunter Palmer and moved him out to back up Jacob at Z. And anyway, not able to get any yards, and then they get pass interference right there, so we get 15 yards and a first down.
Point of the foul, point of the foul. Please, point of the foul.
Good cut there and good hard run. I mean, it's just what it is. We're down, but we're moving. We need to put the ball in the end zone right here, obviously. Yeah. And when we come back, we'll be on the other end of the field and see if we can't stick it in there and make it a ball game.
You know, one of the there's a couple people I forgot about, and that was Jimmy Hollingsworth and Tom Fulton,
Randy
and
Wilson.
Coach Christie and Randy Wilson, and those people who helped. You know, it's sort of like playing house in a way. When you're not at home, you go somewhere, you got to set up house. You got to have a chair to sit in and a bench to sit on, and you have to have your medicine there and some water and some heat and chairs and equipment and all the stuff that your television set's got to be set up where you can watch and film, and those guys take care of all of that, and without that, that program, our program depends on a lot of those things. Completely depends on it, and
Absolutely.
they're the ones that make it happen. And we want to send our gratitude to all those folks, other than the coaches and that show up every week and make that happen. And they're out there just as cold and covered up as everybody else, and
working very hard before the game and very hard after the game.
So we just want to say thank you very much to all of those guys and girls, and our managers, and we don't say enough about them, and the support group that's there to help us physically. Our trainers.
It's a big operation. It's not like it was when there used to be 2 coaches and 25, 30 players.
And somebody with a bucket of water.
Yep.
If you're a young man or gets hurt or maybe hurt, there's very, very well educated people on the sidelines. And
Dr. Bills.
And Dr. Bills is there, and we thank him for being a sponsor on this show, and knowing that, every Saturday morning, if somebody needs help, he's in his office.
That's
after
correct.
a football game.
We've had several
people have bought into this program for a long, long time, and it's a culture in our town. And do we have to win all the time for it still to be Wildcat football? No. That's our football team. That's our young men and women, and we are very proud of what they accomplish. And it doesn't take a championship for us to be proud of them, because they're our champions every week anyway. And with that said, we'll take a quick commercial break and be back with the fourth quarter.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. It has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stock Temco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree Southern Rose and Sun windows, Quickset locks, General Shell brick, yellow wood, and pass-load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply, 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma. The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas, and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston butts. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts, and come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, got the ball at the 21-yard line. Need to score and get the ball back, score again. And we run Jacoby Thomas here. We score, but it's coming back.
That's how many, 2 or 3?
It's 2 that they call back. And one of them we don't get back. One of them we do. We're gonna hit Jacob Dixon here, and Jacob, I love it. Catches the ball and heads north and south. Doesn't waste any time. Picks up another 3 yards after the catch. We're trying to hit Jewel here, but they grab Jewel and
Great
Ben
job.
pulls it down and takes off running, picks up the first down. And we go to our Wildcat set. Jacoby running behind the line. I mean, that's a good push by the line right there. Good job. Logan Crouch, Caden Bradford, Ian Poe, Tydrell Mitchell, and JT Taylor. Need to make this PAT, and Matt Marcel will do that.
Kicking game's been good this year.
And Ben does a good job of getting that one on the block. Matt puts it through, and it's 35-28. Basically 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Plenty of time. We've got to be able to stop them. We kicked the ball out of bounds there, trying to kick it a little deeper. And
35 is better than a 50.
Here comes the counter.
Wide open.
You know, fourth quarter.
Were you considering calling a timeout right along in this area?
No,
not yet.
Not yet. It's the next series. Here right now, really thinking, hey, if we can make a stop, get a turnover,
score,
then we've got a chance because they're not stopping us, and we just got to get the ball back. 3rd down and 2, big 3rd down and 2, and here comes the quarterback, if I remember right. There he comes. There he goes, and they got the first down. So they are eating the clock up. I know it's getting down to, if I remember, at the 6-minute mark or someplace right in here. I mean, it's. And here's the screen again. And that time it was off the action of pulling 2 linemen one way and bringing the other 3 the other way.
That old boy, 75 for them is a monster.
He was just a freshman. He was a lot better than I thought he would be. We had thought we had a matchup there that we could win. And he just did a good job. Get him out, get the quarterback out of bounds here, and we're getting on down there. It's getting at the 5-minute mark, because this is where I am thinking about calling timeouts. And here, somehow or another, I get rules complete. The ball's laying on the ground, but it's ruled complete. That was a huge first down on a 3rd and 6.
How did that end up complete?
I have no idea. We don't have replay. My coaches were screaming the same thing in my ear set, and I said, guys, we don't have replay. There's nothing I can do. It's done. You can.
Did you quiz Mr. Toboggan about it?
No.
No sense in it?
No sense in it. He's made the call. There's nothing to answer. All he's going to do is turn around and give me another flag.
It's hard to win on the other side of the line.
But it ran off 2 more minutes. That's the crucial part. They get a field goal, but it dropped it down to 4.5 minutes instead of being around the 6-minute mark.
And it's a 2-score game, and we can't stop them.
Yeah, and then we have our 1 turnover. You know, one of those things. The ball's coming right at you,
and you need it.
And it's knuckling and everything else. So, you know, tough break. They have 2 players run together and they don't fumble the ball, and we get one that not only, you know, we lose it, but it bounces right back toward them and they get it. So now this is where I'm really going to call the timeouts, but can't do it. They just made a first down. And They don't make another first down. I mean, you're just sitting there and going, it does us no good to, I guess that was the one where they gained 9
Clock's
yards.
already stopped.
Well, it's on a restart, but it's just, you call the timeout for them to gain 10 more yards, doesn't help us any. And here they don't score.
That little boy was quick.
Quick. So we find ourselves down now 3 scores. And less than 3 minutes to go in the game.
That's a hard, big hill to climb.
It is, but our guys will go back after them again. We're, not finished. And they've already seen this play once. They know what we're doing. Ben takes one in the chops, and we still complete it to Jacoby just like we did in the first half for a touchdown. This time they get him down, but we have got it down there next to the goal line. We just got to quickly stick it in. And we throw it to Jacoby. They finally call holding on him for grabbing the jersey, but we'll decline that one and take the touchdown. Here we're going for 2 because I'd already made up my mind we weren't going to go to OT with them. We're going to, if we get a chance, we're going to win this ball game. And I decided we'd go.
He didn't get in?
And he didn't. No, he didn't get in. And so instead of being down 9, we're down 11. Well, still need 2 scores. So, and then we try the onside kick, and that's
it. They get it.
50-50 at best, and probably more like 80-20. And then here comes your quarterback again. And just trying to, get a stop, and he rules him in bounds there and winds the clock.
Of course he does.
It wouldn't make any difference at that point in time. Most of the time, if the forward momentum takes them out of bounds, they stop it, and if the forward momentum stops before they get out of bounds, then they wind it. So anyway, but they're just taking it down the field anyway, so it's not like it's a difference maker or anything.
Right.
It's me griping, I guess. And so now they're at the point where they can run the clock out. We're out of timeouts. We've used them in this drive. And ball game's going to come to a close. And Coach Trapp's team deserved to win the game. They played really, really well. We didn't play terrible. We played decently. They took charge of the fourth quarter, though, and made the plays, and really took charge of the line of scrimmage, which was a little bit of a surprise to me, but good job by their people. So the new 62 was a really, really good ball player. But like I said, that 52 at center, the more I watch this video, the more impressed I am with him. He probably won't play college ball for anybody, but he's what high school football is all about. He is a football player.
Well, you mentioned Coach Trapp. Is he a nice guy?
He is. He's been there for about 15 years, 16 years, long time. Dekalb had never had much success in football until he came along, and he's not only made them respectable, he's gotten them to the playoffs probably 7-8 times during that 15 years.
Yeah, well, good. Well, folks, I tell you what, we appreciate you for being part of this right here and watching us every Saturday morning. It's fun. We've been doing it a long time because of your support and our sponsors' support. Please take notice of who those people are, and as you shop during this holiday season, if you can spend some money with them and thank them for what they do for us here on Channel 6 on Charter 193, the Coaches Show, and all of our other programming. We would certainly appreciate that, because without them, we wouldn't be here for you. And again, we want to thank John Olive and his staff, and tell you folks that football season is officially over. But what's happening now? We got basketball. We have volleyball.
Volleyball's over. We're getting ready to start the winter sports. The winter sports just started practice, and they will open their seasons up in a couple of more weeks. They've got scrimmages lined up.
So that's basketball
and wrestling, and then you have
bowling
clubs. Bowling, thank you. Lamont Snipes does a great job with our bowling program. And then you have a club sport of swimming that takes place during the winter time. We have a club sport for bass team. And
they did very well last year too.
They go pretty much year round. I mean, they've got a fall season and go right into the winter season. And
you want to do it?
Let them go out and fish on a day like today.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. But boy, I'm telling you,
but
it'd
if
be cool
you want to do
water.
it, Tullahoma High School and just Tullahoma in general probably has some way you can do and excel and learn and achieve at just about anything you want to do. Yes. And that's one of the great things about this town we live in, and the fabric that weaves it all into what it is that we love and appreciate. We want to give thanks to our elected officials, our school board, who helps make a lot of this stuff happen and decides who leads and who has the ability to make decisions for the good of our students. And we appreciate them, and our mayor, board, and aldermen, and all those folks who help fund all of this.
It all works together.
It all works well.
You know, education, academics obviously is very important. Learning trades is very important.
Yes, it is.
But you know what? Athletics is important too. And it's a part that plays a role at giving young people a place to belong. And they learn things in athletics that they can learn in other things in life. But most of the time, those other things in life are a lot more serious than playing games. But you learn the lessons in playing games so that when you're in those serious things that happen to us in life, we know how to handle it because we learned by playing the game.
I've seen that before.
I have survived those situations. I can survive this one even though it's now a lot more serious than back when I was participating in a sport.
And it teaches you also the importance of team and how one person can sometimes not be successful alone, but if they will allow themselves to reach out to the team that also supports them, they can be very, very successful, not only in sports, but in life as well. Coach John Olive, thank you very much, my friend. It's been a pleasure as always. And folks, we'll look forward to Wildcat Football 2020. It'll be around sooner than you think. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Have a great holiday season. And be well out there. We'll see you.